Hi, it's Charles Sowikowski from Machines by Goldcrest, and today I would like to introduce you to vacuum presses TVG3000. They are specially dedicated for acrylic stones like Corian, Hanex, Betacryl, Krion, Hanex. It's just, Kydex, which is not acrylic stone, but you can also bend surfaces on this press. So generally for every thermoforming needs which you might have in terms of surfaces, reception desk, bespoke walls, curved features on your projects. So generally, as long as the size allow of the bed, you can almost bend anything, and in any radius the acrylic stone allows you. Of course, dependable on the thicknesses. When it comes to acrylic stones and the thermoforming materials, you have to heat it up. In our presses TVG, we have integrated oven below the table, below the membrane. In this instance, we're using separate ones, but it's the same principle. Of course, you have to follow the manufacturer's requirements with regards to temperature. It may be 165 degrees Celsius, 185, or with some thermoforming plastic, it may be 115. So just follow the guidance, do a couple of tests, what works for you. Dependable on the thickness, from 3-4 millimeters up to 12 millimeters. It may take from few minutes to 12-15 minutes, and also dependable which oven do you use. In our typical TVG presses, we have a double-sided oven, so everything is heated at the bottom and at the top. So the time to heat up, for example, 12 millimeter Corian is approximately 8 minutes to have a full flexibility to work on the shapes on your templates. So it's depends if you have a single bed oven. Of course, the time is approximately 80-90% longer, but you have to do your test how long it takes you. Of course, the temperature outside in your workshop also plays a significant role. As with any project, the preparation is the key. So before you start up to heat up the Corian or any acrylic stone, you have to prepare your shape, your mold, template onto which you're gonna bend, you're gonna make the curve, or any twist you would require in your project. So at first, work out or with a thin sheet of something flexible, I don't know, a piece of leather or a piece of Corex. Something which just gonna follow the shape of your template and see how well it curves, how well it's adjusts to the shape, because that's more or less what the acrylic stone Corian is gonna try to do. So also think about the height of your curve and the shape, what your membrane, what your table can take, as a maximum height and maximum width and length. Because with the membrane presses, you have to leave some excess membrane, not to go too close to the frame, to the metal frame around the membrane, to leave some excess membrane so it can stretch. If you have enough space to stretch around your shapes and follow any curve, any molding you're gonna prepare. So that's very important to keep in mind. Don't go too big, because your membrane is just gonna break. Very important factor with membrane presses, please do not leave any voids underneath your template, so your mold. So for example, don't do a mold which has two big joists supporting the whole shape with the void inside, because that's just gonna bend it or break it even, or break your table, because the whole load, the couple of tons, are applied on the two thin strips of joist, timber work, plywood, whatever you're gonna prepare there. So always prepare the whole surface underneath the molding has to be fully enclosed with the timber or any solid material. So the whole load is applied evenly throughout the whole molding. Very important principle in the vacuum pressing, in the membrane pressing, is to always think in category how the air can escape from the suction, from the shape which you're forming. So for example, if you have a recess, you're doing a bowl. Imagine the membrane is gonna go around all of the edges Corian or any shape which you want to form. So effectively sealing the air inside, so the air cannot escape any longer. Effectively, then the membrane cannot go deep down and bend it towards your recess, toward your concave. So, for example, one of the ways to avoid that is to put something higher. Let's say this is the edge of your formed material. To put something higher, so when the membrane starts to close down the shape, there is still something pushing the membrane up and allowing the air to escape from the shape without closing, for example, the edge of the ball. So that's one way of allowing those couple of seconds for the air to escape until the membrane wraps around your mold. Another thing is if you can prepare the holes in the material. So for this thing, of course, we're gonna have a waste waste hole, so the air can nicely escape and the membrane can pull down towards the shape, towards the mold. If you can put something extra to allow, for example, groove or couple of pieces of timber or something which are not gonna impact the shape, but still allow the membrane not to enclose the edge of your material, not to seal the opening, to seal the hole which you try to crush into the molding. So that's another way to do it. With our membrane press, you can bend easily 180 degree shapes. That's not a problem. But also you can go even further. You can do 270. You can do almost the full pipe, almost the whole circle, not fully enclosed, of course, by rising your mold, your final piece onto which you wrap the Corian, slightly from the table. This allows, if you imagine this is your curve, this allows, and then its support. This allows the membrane to go around and push it towards your material. Imagine that the membrane try to pull out all of the air from the surface underneath the membrane. So it's gonna follow every shape which you allow it to go. So if you rise your element, not put it on the table, because then the membrane cannot wrap it, cannot push it underneath. So if you rise it on slightly something smaller, and then this is your shape, the membrane will push it towards the solid material, solid mold which you have on the table. So you can do tests, but effectively you can almost do enclosed circuits, enclosed tubes, without gluing, without sanding, polishing the final surface of the Corian. So that's very helpful, and it's just practice how to do it in real life. So don't be afraid to explore the possibilities, because even in our company we still discovering every week something new when the clients request for you some tests. So please explore. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any requirements or you would like to do the tests, pop in to our workshop in Stansted, or you would like to send us mold and pieces of Corian, we can very easily bend them to follow your shapes, record it, send you the photos or the clip, how it looks like in the end. So please don't hesitate. If you need, all of the information can be found below www.machinesbygoldcrest.co.uk. Send us an email or give us a call. We are fabricators, so we're very happy to help you, and in the way learn every day something new. Maybe we can improve our machines or introduce some new solutions. So we are very open to amendments to our machine, or made them specially to your manufacturing processes. So thank you very much. It's Charles Słowikowski, Machines by Goldcrest. All the best in your fabrications. Ciao.